The word confidence means that we believe that we have reason to rely on or trust something or someone. When thinking about self-confidence, this definition raises some interesting questions. If you wrestle with confidence, what is it about yourself that may be off in relationship to this definition? Truth be told, many people, and even those that say that they're confident or the ones that want to tell you that they're confident, struggle with confidence at times. Some might say, well, you just need to gain confidence. Pray tell, how does one just go and gain some confidence? I'm not sure that confidence is something that we just gain, but rather it's a process of facing and addressing a set of lies that we've internalized that cause us to question whether we can rely or trust on our abilities in certain circumstances. It's also dealing with misdirected attention that we need to shift from. Let me explain. But real quick, if these videos are helpful for you, maybe consider subscribing, leave a comment, like, or share. Also, go and visit me over on my website, awordtothewise.co, where you can download a free ebook from me. The link is down below in the description. Now back to being confident. One of the greatest needs of the human life is to feel that we have value, or to find our value and be settled in that value as a human in this crazy human race we're a part of. I believe that a lack of self-value leads to much of the lack of self-confidence. I want to be really clear here. In this video, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. And why is that? Well, because asking ourselves questions and honestly answering those questions for ourselves can uncover hooks that lies or misdirected attention have placed in us, and then they limit us or manipulate us. So what is your value as a person? Where does that value come from? We may cover this in more depth in another video, but I want you to start thinking about that. The reason is, if we don't have a grasp on our value, it might be pretty tough to trust ourselves and rely on ourselves in different circumstances. What defines you? Take time and think about that. If you had to describe yourself and who you are, what is it that defines you? Write it down. Why are those the things that define you? Why have you chosen those specific things to draw parameters around, yourself and who you are? If they're negative attributes, why not choose other areas where, you've overcome, or areas that you've had victories? It's interesting how many people base value and confidence on appearance. Physical appearance is a big one. Other appearances can be just as controlling. How about things like, do you appear smart? Do you appear wealthy? Do you have an academic or a career accomplishment that appears impressive? You get the point. But are those things healthy building blocks as a basis of personal value? So where is your focus? Is it on what you feel you don't have, or what you feel you're lacking? When these things have our attention, then our attention could be on perceived deficit. There is always an opportunity to grow, to be better at something, to work harder toward another achievement. The question is, by what standard are you evaluating yourself? What is your gauge? Is it a good gauge? Does it have a correlation to your intrinsic value, or is it purely based on comparing yourself to others? For our own good, you need to answer these questions very honestly. We need to shift our focus from the outward, how we look, what we have, that sort of thing, to who we are. The outward stuff is fleeting. Trust me, I'm getting older and the body doesn't quite do what it used to. I'm never going to look young again. If my confidence is based on how I look, then my confidence will naturally diminish the older I get. I've had times in my life where I've made more or less money over the years. Does that mean that I should be more confident when I make more money and less confident when I make less? The problem with using these types of gauges is that they're ambiguous, they're untrustworthy, they're not genuine, and they usually focus on some perceived lack that we have. Often, our lack of confidence is not based on any valid reasoning that we can really provide. We start with a deficit mindset where we have an overactive emphasis on some failure or something that we feel that we lack in comparison to some ambiguous standard that we've concocted in our own minds. And then we tend to just succumb to this limitation that it establishes for us. Keep in mind, this is more than just positive speak about yourself. No question, how we talk about ourselves is important. As the old saying goes, be careful what you're saying about yourself because you're listening, but purely just proclaiming that, I am strong and I am successful and I am beautiful and all of that is really a shallow way to address whatever inconsistencies that we feel that we have in our lives. So who are you? Why are you valuable? Some might say, I don't really feel as though I have much to build on. And that may or may not hold a lot of truth. If you're a person who has made it to adulthood, you've likely done something right along the way. I don't think that you would have made it this far without accomplishing some efforts in the positive category. I mean, look, you're still here, right? Look at what you have done that is good and positive. Look at successes and areas that you've overcome. Look at qualities within you that have intrinsic value, things like character and inner strength and empathy, wisdom, humor, commitment, love, compassion. Where is your attention focused? I believe that as you look for your real true value and not be deceived by lies or misdirected attention that so many can fall prey to, that you will begin to find that you can trust and rely on yourself, and in turn confidence just may emerge. Thanks for joining me today for A Word to the Wise. My name is Doug Ebertowski. If this has been helpful for you, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, maybe even leave a comment. Also, jump over to my website, awordtothewise.co. The link is down in the description. There you can download a free ebook from me. And last but not least, maybe consider checking out some of my other videos. Until next time, be wise.